man, so is Fantom and Bitcoin heading for a bull trap? Yes, we've had some positive momentum on Bitcoin over the last couple of days. We've seen Fantom continue to move from strength to strength, now sitting at 22 cents. But are we heading to a potential bull trap? We're going to analyze the charts. We're going to look at the key levels for Bitcoin, for Fantom, and also Dogecoin is absolutely rocketing. We made a video yesterday, just 24 hours ago, on Dogecoin, and I said, guys, this could be a very interesting play given what's going on with Elon Musk and Twitter. And as you can see, 33% up. Congratulations if you guys traded that using my links in the description to BYBIT and BITGET. If you want to make any trades, check out those bonuses below. You can trade with just the bonuses. So if you're new to trading, at least use the bonuses and see how you get on. But other than that, if you're still new to trading, if you're still new to crypto, practice with a bit of lunch money. That's what I always say. That's how I started out in trading. And you guys can do so too. Links in the description. Now, let's take a look here at Fantom. What you can see here on Fantom is we're sitting at 22 cents. We're doing quite good. If you look at what we're seeing here, just looking very broad-based here at the price action, you can see higher lows. This is really good. And we can also see higher highs. So really happy with what we're seeing here on this upward trend on Fantom. Now, I'm sitting here on the 4-hourly chart. Let's bring out the EMA ribbon. And what you can see here is we've now managed to hold the EMA ribbon as support. We ran up, we came down, we critically held it as support, and we managed to post a higher high than the wick previously at 22.9 cents. So we've now posted a high there of 23.2 cents. So that is good. Now, feel free for this to come down to the EMA and retest it again and then bounce. That's what we want to see. We want to see higher lows. As long as we don't post a low lower than this low now at 21 cents and we rotate beforehand, this is good. We can keep our uptrend and we can continue this move to the upside. Now, as we know, this is not just about Fantom, right? It's not just about Dogecoin. It's not just about anything else. We've got to pay attention to what's going on in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is setting the tone for this market as per normal. And what we saw from Bitcoin is something we called perfectly. We saw this happening. And what we said at the time is after we had our initial move to the upside, if you recall over the last 24 hours, we said, okay, let that go post that. That's not an issue. Go post your high there. And then it's got to come down, right? It cannot just parabolically keep going up in, forever. It had to come down. And when it did come down, what I like to see here is the bounce from the 4-hourly EMA ribbon. And that is why you saw that same bounce for Fantom as well. So really nice bounce here. But I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got to be careful of a bull trap. We don't want the bears to be coming in now and liquidating you overzealous longs, because that's whatever happens, right? Every time we see a nice move in the market, look at this. Fear ingredients has spiked to 34. Last week it was sitting at 20. Look how quick the FOMO comes in. It's asymmetric. As soon as you see a bit of green in the market, that FOMO comes in, that retail interest comes in, and things start to move, which is why we have to exercise caution. And the caution I want to share in this video, because this affects not just Fantom, but all altcoins that are moving today, is that Bitcoin hasn't quite created that higher high as Fantom has just yet. If you look at what we did, we managed to create a higher low. That's great. We bounced from an area ribbon. That's good. Now, look at this wick on this candlestick. This red candlestick here created a wick, and we did go above the high here. But I want to see the 4-hour close, the body of the candle, go above that. I really want to see this higher high finish off. So I want to see something like this. I want to see us continue to move back up, and then it can come down for its 4-hourly EMA ribbon, keep posting higher highs and higher lows, and work our way to 22,000. That is going to be the key level here for Bitcoin. That's what I want to see. What I don't want to see is a weakness in the price right now. Weakness in the price at this stage will create a worrying double top formation, okay, using the 20,000 neckline, which can break us back below 20,000 again, right? That faint green line you're seeing just there, this green line here, this one, is 20,000. So we want to make sure we do not break below that. And the last thing I want to see is this M pattern start to form. I do not want to see this happen. So in order to avoid that, push through. I mean, the current green candle we're seeing right now is good, right? It's a nice strong green candle we're seeing now. But I want to see us push through now, finish off a nice candle in roughly this kind of range, get past that level, get into 21,100, 21,200, and keep our uptrend going. Very, very important that we can do that. So then when we zoom out, what we can see is, let's head on over to our daily chart. You can see that on our daily EMA ribbon, we're holding decent strength. We're above our EMA ribbon, which is fantastic. Okay, that's really good. Now, what that means is once we've posted our higher high and just do what I just explained there, I don't mind if it wants to come back down again. It can even come back down to these kind of levels close to 20,000 again, but we're still above our EMA ribbon. So we've got that support with us. We've now spent 4 days after today above our EMA ribbon, which gives us really good confidence, because the last time we spent 4 days above our EMA ribbon, you are going back all the way into this period in August, okay? So August, we had 4 periods above our EMA ribbon and then quick 4 periods below, breaking us down eventually. So we are seeing some positive move here, and we do need to keep an eye out on this to make sure we can affirm it. Now, when I switch back over to Fantom, you'll see a little bit of a difference, because Fantom, on its daily EMA ribbon, what are you seeing? Hopefully you guys are noticing this stuff now. If you're not noticing this, you've got to check out my TA course, completely free. It was worth thousands of dollars. We could have sold it, but I've put it out for free. Why? Because there's a new crypto investor born every single day. And that's what I'm focused on right now. I'm sitting here on a Saturday when I'm not even in my studio on my desk, giving you guys an update, because I know it's the timeliness of the update that's important. That is why, check out the link in the description. I'm not going to make it free forever, because if I do, everybody will procrastinate. No one will work their way through the course. So go check that out. Links in description. Learn about EMA ribbons, Fibonacci retracements, all the patterns we talk about, because you should be able to spot something right now. And if you can't, you've got to level up, guys. You've got to level up your TA before the next bull market, and it's free. Nobody else is offering that type of course for free. Go check it out, see if I'm lying. Okay? Now, what are you seeing here? What we're seeing here is the EMA ribbon acting as resistance. And it's not a coincidence that intraday on today's candle, Fantom, if you just analyze this one single candle, which again, I teach you in the TA course, I show you exactly how much data this one candlestick, you can see on that screen there, that one candlestick is telling us. What it told us is, if you look at this candle, you opened up at 22.5 cents. You ran to a high of 23.21. Right? You ran all the way to the top here, and then you got rejected to where we currently are, which is back down here at the 22.5 level. So we ran up all the way to our EMA ribbon, and intraday we're getting rejected, which is showing that the bear pressure is sitting at that EMA ribbon, and Fantom is struggling to push through it. So Bitcoin is far more ahead in its curve than Fantom is, and this is not unnormal. This is because Bitcoin held up pretty well. When all the other altcoins were running back to its June lows, remember, we covered off, Bitcoin didn't need to. Bitcoin didn't go to 17,600. That is why altcoins have a lot more catching up to do, and they can do that. They just need Bitcoin to continue to hold the trend. So that's what I'm watching out for here on Fantom. We're still below the EMA ribbon, so do not be surprised to see some pressure trying to do this. But what Fantom's got to do is get above it, close above that daily EMA ribbon, and that would be a beautiful position to go long when you get a nice volume. You want to look for the volume, candle close above your EMA ribbon, you wait for the next candle's confirmation. That's a lovely entry point for you to take a long position, but of course do your own research. Now, what else am I looking at? So if I drop that EMA ribbon out the way, what I do want to bring out now is our Bollinger Band. And when you look at the Bollinger Band, you see something interesting. We're trying to break the top of the Bollinger Band, and we did today. Right? We managed to get nice and above. If you were looking at this candlestick just hours ago, the body of the candle would have been sitting over there. And look what has just happened literally while I'm talking to you. The candlesticks just turned red, and we're getting forced back into our Bollinger Band, just like we did 2 days ago on Thursday. On Thursday, the same thing happened. We tried to push out of our Bollinger Band, we got thrown back in. So we're seeing a lot of to and froing here. And what we need to be careful of is, if I bring out the EMA ribbon at the same time, a lot of resistance in this area, wanting to push us back down to the 20 cents mark. But this is going to rely on Bitcoin setting the trend to choose a direction and say, yep, we're heading in this direction, or no, we're heading back down. It's going to come back to the fact of what I shared with you on Bitcoin, that double top pattern. Can we clear out from this pattern and start working way up? Now, if you look at the Bollinger Band here on Bitcoin, it's a lot more positive than the Fantom one, right? We're actually riding on top of our Bollinger Band and really trying to push it out. And that's why you're seeing the Bollinger Band do this kind of thing here, where the bottom is going downwards and the top is going upwards, because you're breaking your Bollinger Band. So that's a much better move there on Bitcoin. And hopefully it can continue this trend up 1.5% today. Can it continue this over the weekend, heading into what we know is going to be a really big week next week with the Fed meeting, November the 2nd. We're going to cover it here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the bell notification is turned on, because I can't call this one. I'm not sitting on the fence. I'm saying we're going to go for 75 basis points. And that's been my view for a long time. But like we've said on this channel over the last 2-3 days, what did I say? We're starting to see the market creep. Look at it now. 17.8% here of the market are now pricing in 50 basis points. So almost 20% of the market, this is going to climb. Like I said, it was only 12%, then it climbed to 15%. Now it's at 17, 18%. This is going to climb. And this is showing that more of the market are thinking that maybe the Fed can pivot. And it's really, really interesting. It's sitting in the balance. I still think it's going to be 75 basis points, but if it's 50 basis points, I'm going to be ecstatic, because we're going to see a nice big rally. Because remember, the markets are waiting for the Fed to let their foot off the gas. And when that does happen, we can expect a nice big move to the upside. Speaking of a nice big move to the upside, we've got Dogecoin on an absolute tear. Let's pull up the chart here for Dogecoin. Up 68% now. I mean, this is just insane. This is just insane. We made a video yesterday. Shout out to you guys. Comment below if you jumped in on Dogecoin because you are in amazing profits here. I mean, just look at this 4-hourly chart here on Dogecoin. That last 4-hourly candle here is absolutely insane. In fact, look at that last hourly candle. I mean, that last hourly candle just on its own has taken you from 11 cents up to a high of almost 14.5 cents there on Dogecoin. So amazing big move here on Dogecoin. What are the key levels I'm monitoring? Well, if I zoom out to the daily chart here on Dogecoin, technical analysis is a little bit difficult, but what you can see, and what I like to use in this instance, is the VPVR. Because the VPVR shows you where the volume profiles is, and we can see that some resistance will start to come in at around that 60 cents mark. So you can see the volume traded here is quite thin. Look at these bars here. And then more volume comes in about 15, 16 cents. So these are interesting points. And again, if you're trading these, check out the links in the description, but do so very, very safely. Have your take profits, and it's fine to re-enter the market, right? You take a trade, you get in, you see how the resistance acts, you can jump back in and see how it plays out like that as well, if you're scalping this move. So I'm expecting a bunch of resistance at that green line there, at around that 16 cent mark. But thereafter, if it can break through that, if it can get through this cluster here, you can have another big move here because the volume is less thinly traded. And again, do not sleep on this. This has a social community chain with such a huge social community following. It's held up really well in the bear market. A lot of people said Dogecoin was doomed. People like to hate on it. But the reality is there is value in having a social community. And now you apply that to the fact that Elon Musk is sitting there over at Twitter. I mean, it's pretty much expected that he's going to integrate it. I think that's going to be huge for Dogecoin and the ecosystem. Of course, you've got to consider this as a bit of a social coin. You've got to consider it as it is, right? It's not the same as Fantom, it's not the same as Algorand or Avalanche, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have use cases. It doesn't mean it hasn't got a following behind it, which can help move the valuation to the upside. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe. Go watch this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.